Okay, can you give me some stuff more from the Leng Peng arena, please? You're going to love this. Leng Peng, waistman, peak.
Oh, yeah, peak.
Peak. I would never write it, no cap.
No cap. I never do a capital letter.
Do you know about cap and no cap?
Oh, I thought we were talking about capital letters.
No! Cap and no cap is slang. I was moving mad, as they say.
You were moving. You were moving mad.
I was extremely gassed at that time.
This episode of Miss Me contains very strong language, adult themes, and a lot of slang. A lot of slang.
Welcome to Listen Bitch, where we will speak about something.
We're going to dissect slang today. Beautiful, wonderful slang. Slang makes me feel good. Makes me feel like I'm at home when I hear really good London slang. Never really got into all the Cockney rhyming slang, but Lily knows it all off by heart. So let's delve into that today.
No, I don't.
Not at all. Yeah, you do. Apples and fucking pears.
That's one. That's the one I know.
That's the one we know.
So we're in for a good show. Let's have our first question, please.
Hi, Lily and Miquita. This is Raymond or Hamon from Brazil, but right now live in Sydney, Australia. Lived listener down under. And I must say that I love the theme for this week's episode. I love slangs, and I find it way more interesting the way they use the slangs in English language than the ones that we have in Brazilian Portuguese. And also, I feel like slangs are inherently in British culture, like it's just in you. And my question for you guys is, what are the slangs that you think that you don't see yourself without using it in your daily convos? And also the ones brought by the new generation that you have adopted for your daily conversations. I caught myself using quite a lot of the it's giving followed by some random words, or it's lay or gag. So yeah, tell me. I'm a bit tipsy because of the wine that I'm sipping right now, but I think I made myself clear. Don't know. Tell me. Love you girls. Love the podcast. Bye.
Yeah. Not really. That wasn't that clear, actually. Thank you for your question about slang. We are going to need a bit of clarification from our producer. Flossie, what was the question? New slang. Yeah, I try not to adopt... There are things I tried to say dope the other day. I don't say that naturally, but Naima says it really well. She's like, oh, that's dope. And I'm like, you say that well. But I think it's because her mother's American. So she has that like New York-y trickle down. So I can't say dope. So I stick with the ones that we learnt in childhood. I really like chief. I love calling someone a chief.
Oh, chief.
Oh, chief. I don't think there's anything that cusses out anyone in the same way that chief does. If you're like, he's a fucking chief.
Waistman is quite good.
It's an absolute classic, waistman. Their slang is quite derogatory. And I think when you use it well, I think it takes a smart person to use slang well.
Weapon. Did you ever use weapon? Oh my God, they are such a weapon.
No, we don't say that ever, Lily.
I used to say weapon.
About a boy being fit?
No. A weapon is like a tool.
No.
Like that person's a tool.
So it's an involvement of, he's a tool to he's a weapon.
It might be. I don't know the etymology of it, but I certainly used it in that way. Like, oh my God, they're such a weapon.
See, I think weapon means fit girl.
No.
Actually, I asked my 21-year-old nephew Flynn, named his son, and he said that it's very much about Leng now.
Hundo P.
Leng is the new fit. Would you say Leng, Lil? Like, he's Leng.
No, what? Are the kids using Leng again?
Leng's back hugely. Leng's back.
Yeah, Gracie says Leng. Sometimes if I send her a picture and I'm like, shall I wear this? She'll be like, Lengers. I'm like, no,
Lengers.
Stop. That's what we would say when I was younger.
I would quite like to be Leng, though. If someone called me Leng, I'd be like, mwah, thanks. Thank you very much. And also baddie. is big with the kids right now. Baddie.
She's a baddie.
This is again Flynn and Wolf. They were like, oh, this play. They were like, this party, man, it's just full of baddies. I was like, was it now? So I feel like there's some things coming back.
What about Slay?
Slay. Bit American for me. Slay.
No, I like Slay. Oh, Slay.
You quite like Yes Queen. Is that slang?
Yes Queen. That's definitely
Yes Queen.
Some cultural appropriation. I'm sure that was started by Black women.
Yes, I'm going to go more into the cultural appropriation of slang. I've got it in my back pocket. Let's have another question, see if it comes out.
Hey, Lily and Miquita. My name's Chloe. I'm originally from Manchester, but I've been living in Sydney, Australia for the past year or so. My question about slang is, what do you think is a very British slang that if you moved here from another country, you'd pick up straight away? Because when I moved to Australia, the amount of slang that they have in their language, it is crazy. So, for example, they call the afternoon the arvo. They call sandwiches sangers. Your a vehicle registration, they call you rego. And they call sweets lollies as well, which is strange. But I think the one that sticks out the most is that if you're saying to someone, hey, how you doing? They would say, hey, how are you going? Which took me a while to get my head around, but I do hear myself saying it sometimes now, which is strange. So yeah, my question is, what would you say maybe is the British equivalent of that only British people say? Thank you.
Okay, I have communicated with ChatGPT because I was like asking it for some stuff, and it was not giving me very good ones. And then I just gave it a prompt because I was like, okay, can you give me some stuff more from the Leng Peng arena, please? Guess what it's come out with? You're gonna love this.
No.
Leng Peng waistman peak.
Oh yeah, peak. I love peak.
Allow it.
I don't like that it knows this. How the fuck do you know?
I know.
Allow it. You got to actually go through things to be able to.
There was bare people in the rave. That's what it says here. It says a lot, very. Mandem, obviously.
Yeah, don't waste them all.
Okay, what about this? Tapped.
Oh yeah, someone said today. Who said that today? Someone was like, yeah, but she's tapped in it. And I was like, does that still mean crazy bitch? Is that what tap means?
Yeah.
Yeah. She's tapped. Fuck off.
One of my favourites is washed. She's washed. I see that about myself quite a lot on Twitter. Lily Allen's so washed. Thank you, guys. Thank you. I am washed.
What does that mean?
Like washed up, like dried up.
Oh my God.
Moving mad. She's moving mad.
Oh, she's moving mad. Yeah, no, I love moving mad.
Moving mad.
Let's go back to peak, because this is why I fucking hate ChatGPT. Because peak is like, you've got to remember the reasons you said it. It's, you've got to be in a peak situation to be able to go, this is peak. I forgot about peak. I'm going to bring some of these back big time. I'm going to use them in a sentence.
Crepes.
Sure.
That would be trainers, people, everybody.
I do say kicks for trainers sometimes with no hint of irony, which is embarrassing.
But we can't just do this for the whole studio.
No, but Lily, it does make you happy, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
Why does it make you so happy? Because it makes me happy too. What is that?
Because it reminds me of a time when I used language without thinking about it, and I didn't care, and it conveyed something. And I feel like a lot of these words, although they are, people would say, that I was like being like mockney or like expressing myself outside of my social whatever it is that I exist in now. And I feel like I'm conscious of that, and I adhere to those rules now pretty much. But, when I didn't know that I was doing something wrong at the time, it felt good, and it made me feel like I was a part of something. It was a way that we all communicated with each other.
Definitely part of something.
It's something that brought us together, not something that set us all apart.
You're so right. It was unifying, wasn't it? And also we had particular friends who like really knew how to, well, like, that sounds weird to say, really knew how to speak slang. This is just the way they spoke. Like Charlie Crockett's very good with derogatory slang. And then like sci-fi. I guess, I think the question was like, what's something that you would say is like very English? Wagwan, which of course derives from patois. And there's a lot of that in British culture, as Lily was saying earlier, which has now trickled down to places like Made in Chelsea. Like, they're literally like, yes, bruv, wagwan. And it's like, excuse me? Excuse me? Jamie Lang?
We're just going to meet at the Slug and Lettuce in the ends. Okay.
Exactly. I feel like you just can't say ends if you're talking about Fulham. It just doesn't make sense. It doesn't work right. I feel like you've got to have lived a bit of what you're saying, if that makes sense. You can't just say it. And at the time, yes, you were staying in like Danny and Judy, your godparents' fat house on Talbot Road, but you were also with us and our friends all the time who were...
I was moving mad, as they say.
You were moving fucking mad.
I was extremely gassed at that time. Patterning it, some might say.
She was fucking gassed. Gassed is... Someone used gassed wrong the other day, a young person, and I wondered if it had moved on, but I think they were just using it incorrectly. Gassed means a little too excited. Look at how gassed.
Yeah, a little bit excited.
Right, well, let's have a break from all this slang chat. How do we say let's go to a break in a slangy way, Lil?
Let's link up after the break.
Yeah, but you got to say it like, yeah, we'll link back up after the break. It's actually about tone as well as language.
Isn't it just? As always, you are able to listen to every single word ever spoken between me and Miquita, and you can find it on BBC Sounds.
Yes, you can. Like last week when we talked about print press, long forgotten print press, power, partying and porn.
Hello, Miss Me viewers. I'm Anushka Matanda-Doughty, and I'm dropping in to tell you about my podcast, Fame Under Fire. When celebrities find themselves in the firing line, which is often, whether it's a lawsuit or a scandal, we are going to debunk, fact-check, interrogate and answer your questions. So if you love being in the know about the latest celebrity stories and getting to the truth behind them, then I think you'll really enjoy Fame Under Fire. You can listen on BBC Sounds.
Welcome back to Listen Bitch. Welcome back to the summer of Listen Bitch. All right, let's have another question. Let's have question number 3 on this week's Listen Bitch. The theme is slang.
Hi, Lily and Miquita. My name is Rizz. I'm Brazilian, but I live in Essex, and I'm a social linguist. So this topic really tickles my fancy. So my question is there any slang that you hear and you find very over the top or perhaps too snobbish? I mentioned this because I have an Instagram account where I share English tips. And one day I taught the slang word codswallop, and a British guy commented, "Oh, only posh see you next Tuesday say this." And I was like, didn't know that. So yeah, that's my question for you guys. Love the show. Bye.
I suppose there is a slang within an upper class, which is absolute codswallop. Oh, God, yeah. It's quite PG Woodhouse, that kind of slang, that kind of use of language. I wish I knew more of like toffee slang, but that wasn't really...
You know what we're doing right now? We're having a good old chin wag.
Oh, yeah, we are. Do you know what? This is a good time to bring up the word banter. Poor old banter. It's been dragged around the houses and turned into something so despicable. And I started talking about it with Phoebe and Solomon the other day, and they were like, "What is your problem with banter?" And I was like, I think they used to be this idea of like connection, chemistry, and great conversation with someone. And now, if someone's just being a dickhead, they can just say it's bants. I also hate abbreviations, so I hate that even banter's now had to become bants. But banter, it's been bastardized into this kind of like cover for not having any chat or having shit chat.
Bants.
I don't want to have bants with anyone ever. Don't come to me with your fucking bants, especially when you've just been particularly boring or, I don't know, aggressive or derogatory, and then you're like, "Oh, it's just bants." It's like, no, fuck off. It's actually not. So that's my issue with banter, and I will never engage in it.
Bants is, for me, giving very, like, provincial stag night.
Big
kind
time
of vibe. That's what that is. Do you know what I mean?
It's quite a bants evening.
Going out with the lads and having some bants. Like, okay, count me out.
Count me out of this pub chat.
Count me out of your bants.
I think it puts a lot of pressure on a certain demographic and the way they interact with each other, that you've got like being playful and being witty and smart and quick. Yes, all for it. But having to like fight, like be back, like have bants, I think is actually taking away from good conversation and minimizing it. Please. You know, there's great language out there. There's so much to use.
It's not really about that, but I think it's the nature of the word itself, because it you know, or the meaning of the word itself is like, you know, having something to say or being able to say something in a certain with sort of style. And I feel like I actually don't mind it so much if it's used by women, but when it's used by men about other men, it's something grotesque about it, because it's like, oh yeah, my man's he's got bants. It's like, you mean that like you can hide behind him?
Good.
Do you know what I mean? It's like, he's the one that's got our back. He can fill the awkward silences because none of us have got anything to say. It's like, okay.
Exactly, but this one's like a joker. He's got bare bants.
Yeah.
Fuck off. I bet he doesn't.
I bet you he doesn't.
It is the playful and friendly exchange of teasing remarks. See, that sounds like a good time for me. And this is their sentence. There was much good-natured banter. That feels like somewhere a little bit more substantial.
Old bean.
Oh, old bean's good.
Bean, old sport, old chap.
To be fair, we do have a group of friends who would use more of these.
Louis.
Yes.
We say a group, we mean one person, Louis.
This is like Louis Weymouth's playbook. And I do love the way he uses kind of old toffee slang.
It's absolute poppy. Oh, what a load of poppycock. What a load of poppycock.
Poppycock.
Oh, it was a right ballyhoo. That's a fussle commotion.
Can we have another question, please?
Gobbledygook. Fiddle faddle. Bunkum.
Can we please have another question? Lily?
Rapscallion! That's a goodie, isn't it?
Lily and the internet could do this for days. Let's do another question. Let's have another question.
Allow it.
Allow it, bruv.
Hundo P. Let's move on. Bye, Felicia.
Hello, Lily and Miquita. I am leaving this voice note from New Zealand. My name's Jo. I am from the UK originally, but I did leave in 2007. When I left, everyone was saying, like, instead of saying very, everyone was saying well. So it'd be like, that's well nice, or he's well fit, and also words like minging. So I'm just wondering, what words is everyone back in the UK still saying? Or am I completely out of touch? Because I do sometimes find myself saying the word minging to my kids. No one in New Zealand uses the word minging. Not that I've met yet anyway. And I'm wondering if no one in the UK does as well. I'm really curious as to know what slang has stuck around, and do 40-year-olds even use slang anymore? Or is that just for the young people? Not that we're not young. Thank you so much for the podcast. It's the highlight of my week.
I would say that that well evolved into bear.
Definitely.
Firstly.
Mm-hmm. I think In It is a classic. In It will always, I think In It was one of the first, like, I say In It a lot, actually. What am I talking about? And I never know.
No, babe. That is gone.
I like In It. I'm not going to leave In It. In It makes me feel like I'm home. Now, let me ask you this. How do you spell it? Because when I write it on a text, I always write In It, INNIT. And then someone did it back to me the other day, like, yeah, In It. And it was In It. And I was like, oh dear. Oh God, how embarrassing. How would you write it? In It or In It?
I just can't see a world in which I would write it. I would say it, but I don't think I would write it down.
Okay. All right. Mine's very much
cap. No cap. No cap. I would never write it, no cap.
No cap. I never do a capital letter.
Do you know about cap and no cap?
Oh, I thought we were talking about capital letters.
No! Cap and no cap is slang.
Oh, God.
No cap means like for real, or like I'm not lying. Like no cap.
No cap.
Mum, I'll be home at 5:30, no cap. Or cap is like, you know, I'm making spaghetti bolognese and Ethel will be like, cap?
For real? For realsies?
No, because cap means lie. So she doesn't like spaghetti bolognese. She should be like, cap, like you're lying. Like,
yeah, you wouldn't do that to me. You know I don't want that. God, it's a fucking minefield.
They've got so much now, these kids. Rizz.
I don't know this Rizz.
Oh, Rizz is like charisma. So it's if, you know, have they got Rizz? Have they got good Rizz? Bants. It's like Bants. Have they got good Bants? Have they got good Rizz?
Yeah, that's why I don't like it.
She's got no Rizz. She's fit, but she's got no Rizz.
The word charisma is such a beautiful, pretty word. Charisma. And it looks great. It's great to say. I don't like when slang replaces a beautiful word that was always better.
Bastardizes it.
Rizz is not an up on charisma. Oh, yes. Sus is good. Sus is good. I'm happy the younger generation is still using sus. He's fucking sus. And I've used it a lot. And it's good because it's so short, so to the point, sweet, and says everything you need to say about someone being totally fucking dodgy and up to some weird shit. Sus.
There's the whole like Skibbity Ohio stuff. Do you know about all that?
No, Lily, you're scaring me now. I feel like I don't know anything.
Wait, let me get a Skibbity Ohio.
Skibbity still sounds like a jungle MC to me.
Skibbity, the origin is from Skibbity Toilet, a completely absurd YouTube TikTok animated series.
Eek. No, done. Not interested. Do you know what I love? Bop. And a bop is a way of life.
Yeah, bop's
It's not just a word and it's not just a walk. It's a way of life.
No cap.
Okay. Let's have another question before Lily says that fucking cap thing again.
Hi, Lily and Miquita. It's Laura here from Hull. So the topic of slang, as you can imagine, a lot of places have familiar slang words and Hull is one of them. A few of the familiar ones I've been brought up with. It's maftin. Maftin means you're hot. There's also raged. You're a bit raged. You're maybe a bit mental. Maybe not the best way to use it in that context right now, but you know. And also raving. Quite a whole way of saying it. My mum used to say it all the time to me and my siblings growing up when we was play fighting. Stop raving about. And I'm really proud to continue using these words. It makes me proud of where I come from. So my question to you is, does certain words you use make you feel proud of where you come from, proud of the place that you were born and that you grew up in?
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's what we were talking about earlier. It's I think the reason it makes us feel good is because it's there's pride in it and there's a kind of secrecy in it. It's a bit like you have to have been here and lived through some shit around here to say the words that come from around here, if that makes sense. I didn't even think, of course, there's like regional slang all over the country. When I was in Scotland with my dad, he always says, "You're jesting." And there's quite a lot of slang, I suppose, in Scotland that is based on really old words. So I think maybe I would really like that, but I'm never going to be able to start speaking Scottish slang. And then also, I really like wavy when you're talking about feeling a bit like high or fucked up. And our friend Alex Mack called his child wavy. That's how wavy Alex Mack. That's like how lifestyle wavy is to Alex. He named his child after the slang word for feeling like fucked up. So I think that says a lot about the fact that he grew up in Labatt Grove.
Wavy gums.
Wavy gums.
There we
gums
go.
is good. And actually, these are the ones that derive from oldie English words like garments, garms.
Garments.
Let's have a question.
Hi, Miquita. Hi, Lily. My name's Alana, and I'm calling from a town in central Scotland called Falkirk. Being Scottish, I find it's already hard enough for people to follow what I'm saying, let alone throwing in some slang into the mix, because even I can struggle with certain dialects up here, and I was born here. But my question is, can you think of a time where you've completely misunderstood someone's term of phrase due to their use of like slang and accent? Did it lead to a funny realization once the penny dropped? This could also be something you've read online or in person. Love you guys and the podcast. Bye.
Thank you, wee bonny lass.
I can't think of an example. Oh, actually, I think maybe I told this before already, but I did go on, and it's not really slang, but it was I guess maybe from listening to like hip hop and Nas and Lauryn Hill specifically, and them both using the word reminisce in their raps. And then being on holiday in my early teens with my sister's friend Emily, who, you know, was white and middle class, but would quite often like lean into a different social demographic, shall we say.
You best believe.
And she once used the word reminisce in conversation. And I had always assumed that because the only place that I'd heard it being used was by two Black people, that it was like the amalgamation of two words, which were remember and this. So I thought,
right,
I thought it was like reminisce, like remember this, which oddly enough does mean the same thing.
Exactly, that is what reminisce means.
But Emily said, because she was like, isn't it so nice, like reminiscing out here? And I was like, yeah, reminiscent time. And she was like, what?
Bitch, come on, Em.
And I was like, yeah, reminisce. She's like, what are you talking about? I was like, reminiscing with my sisters from New York City. And she was like, it's a word, you fucking moron. I was like, oh, okay.
No, but a fair mistake. We should probably preface this with Emily was best friends with Lily's older sister, and we thought they were the coolest girls in the world, so we were always trying to impress them. Be part of that gang. So Lily, I get it. Totally get it.
She said reminisce, and I was like, cool, reminisce that time. And she's like, no, babe, no.
It's right, because it is actually also just a word. Reminisce on the love we have.
But isn't it funny that I got it wrong, but it still means the same thing?
Still means the same thing.
Lol.
It's a great word, reminisce. It does mean remember this, doesn't it?
Yeah.
How did Nas use it? Can you remember?
I can't say off the top of my head, but I have listened to Nas not in the in my recent past, and I've heard him use that word. And every time I hear someone use it in rap music, I'm always reminded of that stupid moment.
He can say anything. He's got a great speaking voice as well. What was I watching the other day? And he was like the narrator, and I was like, this voice, I know this voice. And I was like, of course.
That, unfortunately, was our final question.
Oh, laters. And laters is good. Laters. Sorry, for an earlier question. Laters, I can't stop using laters. I will use laters when I'm 75. Laters. And Garfield, my dad, always says laters for goodbye. Do you remember? You know that? He never says goodbye. My whole life of knowing him. He'll be like, okay, all right. And he always goes up, he goes, okay, all right, laters. He doesn't say goodbye. And laters is a big traditional one in our lives. So why don't we say it now to end Listen Bitch? Laters. We are out. We are done.
Next week's Listen Bitch will centre around the topic of justice.
I've actually been watching quite a lot of courtroom drama, so I might bring some of that to this. Justice. We'll figure out what that word really means and how it's been used throughout the years, and the justice that we may have found in our lives or not, as the case may be.
Not talking about the French musical duo Justice, by the way. We're talking about justice. Okay.
Do send in your voice notes. I know it's summer and I know everyone's having a summer, but please send us your voice notes. Thank you for continuing to send us your voice notes on 08000 30 40 90, 08000 30 40 90. We will see you then. Bye, Lily Allen.
Bye.
Laters. I'll do it like Garfield. I'll get it later.